Hey, so earlier this week, an incident happened with Darcy Kemper, one of the goalies for the Arizona Coyotes, where a player's stick actually got through his cat eye cage and up into his face area. The picture of it kind of went viral, especially on like goalie Facebook page groups and sites and stuff. A lot of discussion came up about it, and I heard, sort of different people saying like, oh, that, this, that, and the other can go through a cage, and some this, that, and the other can't go through the cage. So I kind of just wanted to try it with my cage and see exactly like what can go through or how far it can go through, just to see really like what the dangers are. So this is my mask. Now the only caveat is I have this little dent right there, but it's like literally straight. It just dented it slightly straight back. It didn't like affect the size of this opening. It's not like dented to the size or anything like that. So the size of the openings are still the same as if the cage hadn't been dented at all, but I just wanted to point that out there. So I mean, I don't think that really is going to affect my little experiment here or whatever, but it might. So I just want to throw it out there. I don't think it is, because like I said, it's not affecting the opening of these eye holes here, but right now this is the only, I have another cage on order coming in actually, but right now this is the only cage I have. So, but anyway, let's start with the most common thing that is going to hit you in the head, which is a puck. So here we go. As you can see, I mean, it allows it to come in somewhat, and now this is also just me gently placing it against it. I mean, a hard shot that, I mean, would have to hit it perfectly in this position could get it lodged in a little further. But like I said, that would be a real like one, I mean, maybe not 1 in a million, but 1 in 1,000 shot that it hits it so perfectly that the force lodges it in and gets it in deep enough that would actually contact your face. Especially, for someone like me, and I'm assuming most people who would watch this, beer leaguers, you're probably not going to encounter that kind of a shot. Also, I mean, I guess this hole here is a possibility. Again, you can see it's very slightly can penetrate that, but overall, I don't think that's the puck going through and hitting your face and injuring you is really much of a concern. I've seen over the years, I mean, I'm 37, so I've been playing hockey for quite a while now, and every now and then I've seen an incident where like a puck has gotten stuck in a goalie's mask. I mean, I don't even know if it's been like once every 5 years or so. Like, it's so rare that I've seen that happen. At least in the NHL, like, I don't want to say that for all leagues or whatever. I'm talking about like in the NHL, which is what most people are exposed to. But it's just so rare that even happens. And, if anything, I think maybe, and I don't even know if it was actually from the puck itself hitting the face, or it's just the impact of the puck hitting the mask and then the mask causing this. But I've seen goalies where they get hit in the face and then they've had like a little cut or something that bleeds around their face, around their eye. But nothing permanent, nothing super serious, where you're in danger of losing an eyesight, and nothing like that. I have never seen anything like that happen with a puck. So to me, I mean, while the puck is the thing that's going to hit your face the most, there's not a whole lot of danger. I don't think you really have to worry too much about a puck doing something as far as coming through your mask and really affecting you anything seriously. Now, like what happened with Kemper the other night, and what is definitely a concern is a player's stick blade. So going through just the opening for your eye, yeah, that's not stop it. I mean, again, though, it has to be, it's not just any angle to go in. It has to be that perfect angle, which is pretty much right there. And it'll go in. Like, it won't go in this way, you know, the other way. It's got to be kind of like this diagonal way, and then it'll fit in. I mean, not impossible. It can definitely happen. And if it does, yeah, you're pretty much probably screwed there, because that's going right into your face and your eye. Then down here too, can go in through this other opening under the eye. But this one is even like a harder angle for it to get into. I feel like it goes into the eye opening easier, and down here it's a little harder for it to get into. But still, it's a possibility, which is the whole point of this video, is what is possible as far as going through. So, I mean, that is definitely a danger, is that a player stick blade could go through the cage. You know, I would say it's less likely, or it happens less amount of times, that you have stick blades really coming right into your cage than you do a puck. But you know, it definitely is a possibility, and it goes right through, and it'll hit you right in the face. So the other thing that I could think of that would even be a possibility that might happen is a skate blade going through or hitting you in the face. So it will go in, like, it obviously doesn't go all the way through like a player stick blade, but I mean, it goes through enough that it would definitely hit your face, hit your eye in both of these holes. So that I can't think of even one time though that I've heard of a skate blade going through a cage. I mean, I can envision a scenario in a scramble, you're on the ice and somebody, you know, kicks their skate, or somebody gets knocked into you, feet first maybe, or something, crash the net. I mean, I can definitely envision a situation where a skate could be coming at your face like that. I can't think of an example of that ever happening though that I've heard of, like whether it be pros, whether it be my own experience, or just anything I've ever seen or whatever. But as I showed, I mean, technically the skate blade could fit enough in there to injure you pretty seriously. I mean, if out of all the three things I tested, obviously a sharp metal blade is going to do the most damage. So with that being said, I wouldn't change what I use. I'm still going to keep using the cat eye cage. I know there's an inherent risk with using that more so than a certified cage, but I just see so much better out of it. And I've never even had like a close call that would scare me into changing it out, whether it be a puck, a stick blade, a skate blade, nothing. I've never had anything happen where I was like scared that, oh wow, I need to be completely safe. I mean, I definitely understand people who wear the certified cage just because they just want to completely eliminate like any even possibility of it happening. But I can't think of off the top of my head like any incident that's ever happened, be it a puck, a stick blade, or a skate blade, that it got through a cage and just seriously injured a goalie, like where he lost an eye, lost eyesight, got some kind of serious long-term injury. I'm not saying it's impossible, it never happened. I'm just saying like I can't think of anything ever hearing about that happening. And like I said, it's never happened to me. I've never seen anything like that happen to another goalie that I've played against, or that I've just seen when I've been at the rinks that I play at. And I've been playing hockey for 23 years. You know, I've been watching hockey for even longer. And like I said, I can't think of a situation like that happened You know, like I said, I've seen a few instances in the NHL where like a puck got lodged in there, or like we saw with Kemper where the stick blade got enough in where it made some sort of contact with the face. But in the end, even then, you know, like Kemper's gonna be fine. It didn't end up being anything serious. But I mean, I'm not naive to say that it can't happen. I mean, obviously, you saw how far the stick blade went in. I mean, if a stick blade goes straight into your eye hole like that, I mean, it's going to cause damage, possibly very serious damage, possibly permanent damage, as definitely with the skate blade could do that too. So I'm not saying it's like impossible or anything like that. It's definitely possible. I'm just saying for me, the percentage possibility of it happening is so low that it's not enough for me to just be like, to scare me away from using a cat eye cage. You know, I used a cert cage when I was younger, and by the rules we had to use one, and I never liked it. I always thought it was getting in the way of my vision, which obviously is a very important thing as a goalie. You need to see the puck. So, I mean, as soon as I aged out of those rules and I was able to use a cat eye, I did. And I've never looked back since. It's definitely much better vision with the cat eye. But, you know, I don't blame anybody, whichever way they choose. You know, it's your own personal decision, whether you want to use a cat eye or cert. There's also other things like there's a certified cat eye, there's a cheater. So, I mean, there's other options in between. You don't necessarily just have to choose between like a cat eye cage like this or a regular certified cage. You know, there's other options, but I've only ever used either the certified cage or a cat eye cage like this. It's the only things I've ever used, so it's the only thing I can speak on right now. But it's just good to be informed and just to know exactly, you know, what is possible with the equipment you're using, and just being aware of any possible dangers that could happen. So, you know, it's just, maybe open some eyes for some people as to that maybe they didn't realize exactly what could fit through a cat eye cage. Like I said, for me, it's not going to change my mind about anything. But, you know, just something I wanted to try out, and I figured I'd upload it so anyone else that might be interested can see. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.